My name is Grace Wanene. I'm the founder and team lead of Drawing Dreams Initiative. Drawing Dreams Initiative is a community-based organization working to advance menstrual health and hygiene management, reproductive health and rights, teenage mothers empowerment, and youth development for sustainable livelihoods. DDI is based in Laikipia County, but over time we find our work extending to Samburu and Isiolo counties. So growing up, I was a very shy girl, but fast forward to my time in campus, where I had friends who'd always comment that, Grace, you're tall, you can try modeling, or even ask, have you ever tried modeling? And that was something I had never done. So around that time, the Miss Tourism pageant resumed after a certain break, and this time it got devolved to the counties. So every county had to send a representative, a beauty queen, to the Miss Tourism Kenya pageant. I registered for auditions and began finding out, Googling, and practicing on my own on pageantry, how to be graceful, how to catwalk, all those things that I had not done before. Fast forward to when the competition began, and out of 200 plus girls, I emerged the winner for the Miss Tourism Laikipia County 2023-2024 crown. So moving forward, I contested again for Miss Kenya, where I came in second, that is the first runners up. And then in 2015, I got the opportunity to represent Laikipia again at the Miss World Kenya pageant. And then in 2016, I was appointed to represent Kenya at a global platform in Asia as the Miss Earth Kenya. So during this entire time, I had co-authored a kids book by the name Let's Go Wild. Here it is. This is the book. So it's poetry and coloring. So it's all about encouraging kids and educating them on human-wildlife coexistence. There was and there still is a lot of human-wildlife conflict, both in our county, Laikipia, and in so many other counties in the country, such as Samburu and Narok. And during this time, I got the opportunity to interact, learn from, and also, spend a lot of time with communities within our country, from the Pokot, the Maasai, Samburu, Kalenjin, you name it all. And there was this constant thing when we went to, after the classes, during the trainings, the lessons for Let's Go Wild, the girls would always follow me or any other lady that I tagged along with me and ask for either borrow a pad or ask a question about menstruation and puberty. And the same thing happened to the boys. They would look for a boy within our team and ask questions about puberty, like, how do you navigate this? Is what I'm experiencing normal? And that is when we realized that there was a huge gap, that these adolescent boys and girls from underserved communities were having a hard time navigating puberty. And we found it, difficult, because some of us had either gotten mentorship around it or just found themselves navigating through puberty, just learning on the go. So at that time, Drawing Dreams was registered, but in 2019 is when I left my job and transitioned Drawing Dreams from just a hobby, something that you do when you have free time, to a fully functioning organization. So we came up with the menstrual health clubs in the schools, where we developed toolkits to teach these adolescent boys and girls about puberty. How do you navigate around your, discovering your body anatomy, your changes in the body, how do you go about embracing all these things? So in 2020, when COVID-19 hit, the schools were shut down, and we developed a strategy, a door-to-door campaign by the name #PeriodsDon'tPause4Pandemics. And through this campaign, we were able to reach 23 villages, going door-to-door, educating these communities about menstrual health, reproductive health, and how the communities, the parents, the guardians can support these adolescent boys and girls through this stage. So despite it being, a COVID-19 year, it was also a light bulb moment for us, because we realized what we were teaching in school was really not succeeding as much as we thought, because there was an intergenerational gap, as most of the parents and guardians had not either maybe gone to school, or most of them dropped out of school. But there was a huge attitude, a bad attitude towards when you pronounce the name menstruation or even the name periods, a taboo, the stigma around it was just so heavy. So this presented a moment where we began engaging the guardians and the and their parents around it, and how they can support girls and also the boys throughout puberty. Remember, you know, aside from like donating period products, which is a short-term intervention, the education bit goes a long way, because it builds agencies. It, you know, breaks all these taboos and smashes stereotypes around menstruation and reproductive health. This is, you know, beyond a woman's problem. It is a human rights issue. So after, you know, engaging all these communities, we decided that it was about time we began the out of school engagements and started engaging women groups, group ranches, and came up with products that support the engagement. So talking about our target groups, adolescent girls and boys, the teenage mothers, and also the communities at large, because again, even in realizing gender equity, we took advantage of these opportunities to also bring up issues around gender equity, like why are these girls not completing schools despite the level of poverty. It is not really right to sell them off, like to allow them to get married early just because you do not believe in education. So changing attitudes has really gone a long way, and to date the numbers that we have reached include 6,550 girls as per 2023, 3,500 boys both in school and also out of school. And in 2023 we donated like over 50,000 period products. This means reusable products, menstrual cups, single-use pads, depending on where this community is based, and also the access to the wash, because again, there are products that you cannot give a girl who does not have access to adequate water. And also we came up with tools that help us disseminate this information in a more friendly manner, a fun manner, an educative manner. And one of these books is Teen Time. Teen Time is your guide through puberty that we developed with other community-based organization around this, like the ASAL counties. So with such tools, then we are able to not only educate the adolescents, girls and boys, but also have the teachers on board and well equipped to carry on the work, because it's also a sustainability strategy. Again, we've been able to train 20 teachers so far from the 16 partner schools within Laikipia County where we work in. These 16 schools are picked intentionally from areas that we know are hard to reach. The infrastructure is, you know, sometimes really hard, and you find that so many people are not able to reach them, and again, they are really underserved communities. So one of the challenges that we faced over time again was during the COVID-19, when the schools had to shut down, but I've like shared how we're able to overcome the challenge. We came up with the Periods Don't Pause for Pandemics campaign. Again, strategies that we've put in place to ensure that we continue serving our communities despite maybe some shortage on donor funding includes events like the Dreams Youth Expo, where young people sign up, but not only young people, both established and upcoming business people, they sign up and get the opportunity to exhibit what they do. There are different businesses, from tech-based businesses to upcycling to fashion, all these innovative ideas. And we also have road trip for a cause, where people sign up to travel, not only for adventure but for also social impact. That happens biannually, and the next one is happening in May. The road trip for a cause. Then last year we convened the first ever Menstrual Equity Summit in Kenya, where we brought together 125 delegates derived from governments, from, you know, national governmental, from NGOs to CSOs, to individuals who are passionate about menstrual health. This was themed under, you know, putting our collective efforts together to realize menstrual equity. You find that many people are working within this sector, but maybe approaching the issues from the right foot. But this conference brought about different ideas, and people got the opportunity to share on the best practices that we can put forward to ensure that we realize menstrual equity. And the second day we had everybody from the summit go down with us to one of the villages where we worked called Naibo, and they had a first-hand experience on the work that Dream Dreams initiative does. That's also another part of our sustainability plan. Then we also have the Teenage Mothers Empowerment Program, where we support these teenage mothers from the ages 12 to 19 on, you know, the best, like how well they can have acquire trainings and skills, hands-on skills that can help improve their livelihoods and that of their children, which also helps break the continuous generational poverty cycles that we are experiencing. We also offer psychosocial support because some of them have come from, like, the stem of the relationship sometimes happens to be like through gender-based violence. Others had undergone female genital mutilation. Others were married off early. So we find psychosocial support for them and offer that within the Teenage Mothers Empowerment Program. What inspires us to keep going, and also one of the success story that I can share despite having a few, is one lady from the Teenage Mothers Program who you know, beat the stigma around teenage mothers resuming school. She did that, and last year she completed her Kenya certificate of secondary education and scored a clean B, and she's currently in tertiary education. This her story, and makes me smile. I know sometimes, you know, like, you're doing good job and all that, but when you see firsthand that a life has truly transformed because of the work you do, then you wake up every morning happy and, you know, like, they're resilient to just keep going no matter what may. How Drawing Dreams initiative talks or embodies this International Women's Day theme, inspiring inclusion, is we work with women and girls from every corner of our county. It doesn't matter how remote these women are, and by this we build their agency. They get the platform to, you know, speak out issues and share with not only us but also our government. And also we've broken stereotypes, stigmas, you know, challenged patriarchy in these communities, and given these women a platform where they can forge on whatever they want to do in their day-to-day lives. Not only the adolescent girls, but also women from these diverse women groups that work together with Drawing Dreams initiative, and also extending to girls or women with disability. Our team in 2023 got an intensive training on how we can best include girls who are disabled within our programs, and also how best we can serve them. And also I'd be so happy to say that our disability scorecard got revealed, and we are doing really well in matters disability inclusion. And we deeply believe that women's rights issues are not only like women's issues, but they are human rights issues. So even having these elders, these gatekeepers, the chiefs working together with Drawing Dreams initiative goes a long way in amplifying the message. I think a highlight is usually when we go deep into the communities and you find the chief is in attendance of the dialogues that we are having, and all these elders who maybe initially somebody would think they would not be interested in attending. That has gone a long way in also, you know, spreading the word on debunking all these myths and taboos around issues that affect women. Drawing Dreams initiative is, you know, despite being a youth-led organization, is also an organization that has successfully penetrated these entire communities and currently impacting over 20,000 lives directly. And it is through the collaborative effort of community members that we are able to experience this success. And we know we have a long way to go to realizing menstrual equity, to realizing reproductive health justice, to realizing gender equity, apart from just it being a goal, you know, we have an SDG goal number 5, gender equity. We are propelling this message and breaking it down in the simplest, in the most fun ways, educative ways, for everybody to come on board, join us on board and help us realize gender equity, because that's the only time that we will really accomplish all the sustainable development goals. Thank you.